In his childhood, Saint Joseph grew and matured quickly in intelligence, in awareness of God, and in angelic virtues. As revealed by Venerable Maria de Agreda, Madre Cecilia Bahi, and Blessed Anne Catherine Emmerich, this was the result of the work that God had done in sanctifying him and blessing him with an early use of reason and the teaching of Scripture by his father. The Lord hastened the use of Joseph's reason, endowing it with infused science and augmenting his soul with new graces and virtues. The child began to know God as the cause and author of all things. He eagerly listened and understood profoundly all that was taught him in regard to God and his works. He was of a kind disposition, loving and affable, sincere, showing inclinations not only holy, but angelic, growing in virtue and perfection. When Joseph's parents saw how intelligent he already was, they began instructing him in reading. This the father took upon himself, as he was well versed in the law. Joseph began to learn to read, and he managed remarkably well. He soon advanced to the reading of the sacred scriptures, and especially the Davidic Psalms, all of which his father explained to him. This provided Joseph with much joy. Joseph had a great veneration for the patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, as well as for the prophet David. He often asked his father to tell him the stories of their lives. Joseph had the desire to imitate them when he saw how they were loved and especially privileged by God. When he heard his father relate how Abraham had always lived in the presence of God, Joseph was determined to imitate him. And truly, Joseph had already acquired by the age of 7 a true appreciation of all the virtues that the patriarchs had practiced. At this premature age, he already practiced the highest kinds of prayer and contemplation, and eagerly engaged in the exercise of the virtues proper to his youth, so that, at the time when others come to the use of reason, at the age of 7 years or more, Saint Joseph was already a perfect man in the use of it and in holiness. Joseph, at about the age of 8, was very gifted and was a very good scholar. He was simple, quiet, devout, and unpretentious. His inclinations were towards working at some quiet handicraft and prayer. I often saw him kneeling with his face to the wall, praying with outstretched arms.